Hey, very good morning, guys. Welcome to today's live decoding session for BankNifty. Today is the Wednesday, 25th of October, 2023, and also today is the weekly plus the monthly. Oh, sorry, I think tomorrow is the monthly expiry, not today. Tomorrow is the monthly expiry for BankNifty. So, yeah, let me just quickly share my screen and first let's understand what's the overall context. Okay. So what I'm seeing is yesterday, what not yesterday but on Monday we had a nice liquidation break, and 43,000 is the zone where the supply got shut off. Okay. This is where supply got shut off. Overall inventory is definitely short. Now the inventory is short to too short, and we have got a lot of supply getting accumulated between 500 to 700 range. Plus there are trapped buyers in that particular area. Plus we have got two single prints. So this let me just go to the other chart to provide you more context. Okay, so these are the two single prints where I am seeing the sellers are trapped. So this is from this is one range, and then this is a bigger range, right? What has happened, basically something has happened in the US markets. What has happened in the US markets is they had a good correction, and then specifically if I look at ES, right, they had a good correction, and now it is pretty much stabilized. So I'm expecting a similar reaction in Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty, obviously, I was looking for a positive opening. So we are opening around 43 300, in the spot, right? So similarly in Nifty, we are also opening pretty flat. Okay. So what is happening? What is going to happen today is we are going to open within the single print. So first of all, this is the bigger single print range, where I'm expecting. So 157 points. So the close was 139. It is going to open around 43 300 level. That's where I'm looking for sellers or supply to be coming in. Okay. And if you see from this chart, there are a couple of supply or sellers seen. And if I look from the pre-open data, so currently in the spot, what I'm seeing is I have got trapped sellers below 43 150, 43 200. Okay. Currently in the auction, I'm seeing there is also a support at 43 200. So what I'm expecting is, as the price is opening gap up, I want it to drop towards 200 level. That's where I'm looking for some absorption of supply, so develops for some time, and then I'll be looking to see if it drops lower. Then I'll be again adding more positions, because this is an area where a lot of shorts are trapped. And 43 550, 43 500 is the zone where I'm looking for selling. So basically this is where sellers are going to come in. So we are going to be chopping today in in a 200 to 300 point range. Okay. Similarly, if I look at the futures chart, right, so both for HDFC Bank and Bank Nifty, what I'm seeing is, so we have got supply trapped below 43 150, and also sellers seen around 43 600, 43 640 level. Okay. So 43 200 to 43 600, this is that 400 point range where I'm just expecting chop. In HDFC Bank, this is the area where there is a seller present, and I'm looking for some responsive selling, and then see we develop lower. And on the futures also, 15 18 is where there are trapped buyers, and above this is where there are sellers present. Okay. So my trade plan is pretty clear. We are opening between the area of where there are trapped buyers and where there are trapped sellers. So we are opening between them. Plus we are also opening in the single print zone. So I want it to chop. Today is going to be a chop day. So don't be in a hurry to take a trades. Be always be a bit careful. And I'm actually looking for supply to again come in at 43 700, 800, that level. But yeah, it will take some time. And previous days low, previous days high are also the couple of areas where I'm expecting option to just develop sideways. Looking at the open interest, I'm seeing maximum call opening, at 44,000, and put is at 42,000, right? So this is where 2,000 point range where the auction is gonna chop off. So as we are opening 100 points up, right? So this particular call sellers, they will be running for cover. But overall, yeah, I was expecting for a flat opening. Anyways, we are opening flat, so let's see how the auction develops. But I am looking for responsive selling right at the open. Okay, so 43 138, 43 300 is the zone where I'm looking for sellers to be coming in. Okay, so let's see. So this is also the single print zone. This is a TPO chart, which I have created, and yeah, this is also another TPO chart. So let's see where the auction is opening and where the auction is getting developed. Okay, so 43 300, we have got some unfinished auctions. I'm looking for this particular auctions to be filled. 43 400 is where I'm looking for some supply to be again coming in, so we are going to chop. Okay, so the auction has opened. This is where I'm looking for this particular gap to be filled. There will be some rotational movement. So 43 327 is where I'm looking for sellers. So do I see some sellers or not? Okay, so 43 327 is the line in sand where I'm looking for supply to be coming in. Let me just hit refresh to this chart. Okay, so if you see, currently there is a lot of responsive buying happening in the current auction. 43 300 was where I was looking for the auction, and previously from the price action, this is where some selling is definitely seen. We have got trapped. Basically, we have opened a gap up, so there are going to be a couple of sellers who are trapped. Okay, so 327 again, seller is coming in. They are initiating. So there is supply coming in at 327. Okay, so no trades at the open. It is going to be choppy. Plus premium erosion is going to happen. So just wait and watch. So we have got some selling. So let me clear this. So this unfinished auction has been repaired. And there is a seller at 318. Now let it drop lower. Now there are also a couple of unfinished auctions which are getting created here. Okay, so don't be in a hurry to take any trades. First of all, we have opened into where we have opened into the zone where previously supply was seen and supply is expected. So we are opening in between, right? So we are going to be chopping around today. So today the trade plan is going to be, so you can use 1 hour or the initial balance as a range to take couple of trades. So so 43 350 is where seller is coming. 43 256 is where seller is supply is shutting off. Yeah, so we are just chopping around between this range. So this is a single print zone. Let me delete this zone, so now I can see clearly where is a seller and where is the supply shutting off. Okay, so we have got more sellers trapped below this particular level, and there is some supply. So below 43 302 and 43 350. So we are again chopping in this 50-point range, right? So just be extra careful. This is area where I'm looking for look above and fail. So we are just gonna chop. We're just gonna chop today. Yeah. So don't be in a hurry to take a trade. Wait, just wait. The auction has just opened. So currently more put is getting written compared to call. So 43,300 is acting as the level of support. Okay. So if you see, right, we are not having any continuation. There is lack of continuation. Okay. And the primary reason is we are into the area where this particular range is whose area is this? This is a seller's area, right? So we are gonna chop. We are gonna chop. So just avoid. Let me just go to a smaller, 1 minute chart. Okay, 327 is the level where I'm looking for supply. Let's see whether we see the supply coming in or not. The time is 9:19. So currently this is gonna be a support zone. Let's see whether this level holds or not. So 320 is the line in sand. But currently the inventory is long. Okay, inventory is long, and are you seeing this, right? I'm expecting sellers. So there will be pretty chop. So just be careful, don't be in a hurry to take any trades. There is a seller here. People who are trying to take a long at a VWAP, do not do that. So this is where there is a seller. This is where there is a buyer. So we are in this range. And you are seeing this, right? This is where supply shut off. This is where supply has came in. Okay. So today the auction is going to develop around VWAP. I'm looking for this range. We are in this range. So I'm looking to see if this range do we get a breakout, or do we just, develop in this range? Okay, so if this gap is filled, I'm looking for continuation lower and see some responsive buying here first, because this is where we have got trapped seller. Okay, so let it chop. Let me just go back to how the OI is getting created. Yeah, so 300 is where more put positions are getting written, less of call positions, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is where a lot of call positions are getting created, OTMs. Okay. Yeah. So no trades. Let it chop. Currently, the ball is in the game. The ball is in the court of sellers. Sellers are winning the current auction. Overall delta, if you see, it's pretty flat. Just 300, 400, 300, 400. Yeah. So what is going to happen is today, those VWAP players, right? Look below. They will be taking a short, and then they will be getting trapped. It goes above. They will be taking a long, and then the auction will come lower. They will be getting trapped. Yeah. So we are gonna chop in a range. Because the reason why I'm saying that I need a chop or I need a balance is what has happened on Monday. Monday we had a long liquidation, so basically we had a good correction. After a good correction or a trend day, the next day what I do observe is a balance. Because unless and until we don't get a balance, if we don't get a balance, then the opportunity is more for sellers, and there should be continuation lower. Whenever I see a balance, it means that the auction or the market there is something changing the auction. Some dynamics are getting changed. Okay, so as we have opened just 100 points gap up, we are just balancing around the 43,300 range. Yeah, this is where we are just balancing. So what we have is we have got buyers lower, we have got trapped buyers above. So we are just in this 50-point range, so let it chop. And where who is trapped? So people are trapped in the between. So this is where we have got a trapped supply, or this is seller, this is a trapped buyer. seller, seller, buyer. Yeah. So the print is suggesting me better to avoid today. Wait, just wait. Or what you can do is, if the auction is moving higher, 400 is where you can expect look above and fail. So this is where I'll be looking to take a short or buy a put. And if the auction is developing lower, this is where I'm looking for look below and fail. This is where I'll be looking to go for a long, for a call position, for a quick scalp, unless and until I'll be just waiting and watching. Okay, so now it will invite more put buyers, or short sellers. So let's see. So currently we are seeing there is supply seen here. 297 has been broken, so I'm looking carefully at this 297 level. Do we break this, and do we see continuation? So the close will be very important. If the close is about 297, then again people will be trapped here. Okay, so again it is inviting for sellers. So if you see, we have got buyers trapped above, buyers below, sellers trapped in center, right? There is no clarity in the direction. And 200, 150 is the range where I'm expecting responsive buying, and 650, 600 range is where I'm expecting responsive selling. Okay, so the close is about 297. Okay, so again we are gonna chop. So this is a good resistance zone now. It went up, now it is dropping. Now this was a nice drop. Okay, so this is where I shared that I would be looking for a call, but yeah, I missed executing the trades. But if you see, the auction is working out perfectly well. Okay, now I'm looking for continuation lower. More selling is coming. So we are going to repair this auction, and I'm looking for continuation lower. Okay, if we do not get continuation lower, that means something has changed, that the or market dynamics are getting changed. Okay, so we have got trapped supply below. So this was a nice correction, inventory correction, and 237 is where supply shut off. 267 is where I'm looking for a seller. Let's see whether we get that. So 200 to 150. So again, I'm repeating, this is the range where I'm expecting some responsive buying, and that's where we have got a lot of supply trapped, plus there is also demand seen. Okay, so let the auction repair itself. I want this particular gap to be filled, and let's see whether we develop lower or not. Yep, so we are continuing lower. Come on. Yes, come on, develop lower. So this is where I'm looking for absorption of supply. Okay, so did we hit 200? Come on. Okay, if you have got any comments, feel free to use the live chat. But see how nicely the supply is getting absorbed. So I said 200 is the zone, right? See the absorption which is happening. We also have got an unfinished auction here. Now I want sellers supply, fresh supply to be coming in. You have to understand why such long wicks are getting formed. Okay, come on, let it drop. Nice. So I am looking for this auction to get repaired. Even in HDFC Bank, so this is where we have got trapped sellers. So here is where I'm looking for some responsive buying. Okay, as the auction is developing lower, come on, we are entering into a buying zone. So do not short, do not short. This is a time to take a long. So there is a buyer at, so supply shutting off at 207. What is this low? The low is 185. Now some short covering will be seen. So this particular gap is not filled. I'm looking for short covering towards VWAP. So mean reversion trade opportunity is getting developed. And for me, this is the support zone. So 230 should not break. Okay, this is where I'm looking for some absorption of supply. See, it went and boom. From 219 it went to 240, right? So the shorts are getting trapped now. And I'm looking for mean reversion towards VWAP. Okay, so this particular unfinished auction will be getting cleared. And where is the supply? Supply is at 300. What is at 300? VWAP. See, it is coming. So there will be, so this is where you can exit. So this particular auction has repaired. Now let me move it lower. So we still have got this unfinished auction which is not repaired. And boom, now the short covering is happening. Okay, so this is where I'm looking for sellers, and nope, supply is shutting off and a massive short covering seen. Yeah, so you should be out of your trade now. So what has happened is this is where supply got shut off and now short covering is happening. Again, it is looking for new sellers. So the sellers have came in at 350 level. What's at 350 level? 350 is where there are trapped buyers. Okay, so I hope you are understanding, learning how I am decoding the auction, and how you can create your own trade plan. Okay, so I'm looking for sellers here. Yes, supply is coming in. Now let's see. Now there will be a couple of buying opportunities at 297 and at VWAP. Now more sellers are getting trapped. We have got 1.44K. I'm still haven't taken any trades. I'm just observing and watching the auction. Okay, and I hope you got a clarity why when this particular candle is getting created, why I said do not short. It is opportunity to take a long, because a mean reversion trade was supposed to happen. Okay, so let's see. Now 43,400 is the zone where I'm looking for sellers. Now we are going to chop. So this is where this is the support zone. So 300 to 320 is the support zone. This is where we have got trapped sellers. So it is going to look below. Does it look below and fail and continue higher, or does it look below and just chop around this range? That is what I'm looking at. Okay, so this particular short covering move will be inviting more buyers now, but again, don't chase. I'm now looking at VWAP. So first is 297 and then second is VWAP. Okay, so you can add some positions here, add some positions here. Okay, so if you have added here, you can exit. If you have not added here, then don't add here. Wait to add some here and next some here at 267. So you can build a position at VWAP, and second is you can build a position at 267. That's where I'm looking for a supply to absorb and then, again continue higher. But we are gonna chop, today, just be careful. So one good trade is all you need. This one good trade has happened. Now I'm looking for some balancing. We are already balancing. And I want 320 to break now because this is the resistance zone now. Okay, so we are gonna chop between this, this is the range where we are gonna chop between 230 to 330. Again, this 100-point range. Yeah, so we are just chopping around 300. Okay, so it is coming around VWAP. Let's see. So some absorption is seen here. So you can build, you can add one lot here, you can add one lot here, and you can add one lot here, you can add one lot here. So these are the 4 areas, where you can pyramid or build your positions. Okay, and if you are in profit, you can exit. Because auction, I'm looking for it to break VWAP and tag this 237 level and also this deviation. Yep, it is breaking. So HDFC Bank, yeah, so it is in a support zone. This is in a resistance zone. We are just chopping here. We are in the single print. Let me just close this chart. Yeah, so we are just going to develop around VWAP. Okay, so if you want to take a long trade, observe the reaction at 320. Or you can 327 and up, that's where you can take a long. Okay, I am seeing sellers, and basically these are nothing but this zone. I'm waiting for this zone to be getting cleared. Okay, so more put positions are getting created compared to call. Why more put inventory is getting created is the question which I'm asking, and we are still hovering around 300 range. Okay, so overall inventory is long. We are gonna develop in a range. We are gonna develop in a chop today. So if the B period, when it opens, right, if it opens below 300, I'm looking for this particular zone as a resistance zone. So if it opens lower, so for me 220 is the support, 320 is the resistance. Yeah, so again we are back in a range where I am looking for supply to come in. Okay, so this is that range, where I'm expecting chop. Okay, so we are in a zone where I'm looking for sellers, and this is where I'm looking for, these are trap supply, so this is where I'm looking for some buying. Okay, so let's see if this breaks, again I'm looking for sellers, because what we have is we have got more trapped buyers. Yeah, so I'm looking for supply here, I'm looking for supply here, and again to break this VWAP, so 327 is where I'm looking for a seller, offload some position at 297 and then clear all the position at 267. Yeah, so it is trying to break now. This is where I'm looking for a seller, and this level. Yes, seller is seen. Overall delta is also negative. Now it is breaking. Oh, gap up is created. So this is where you can take a long. So that short position, you cross it. I'm looking for a long and exit at 357, 387. The reason why I said long is this is where a lot of sellers are trapped. So we have got trapped sellers here. This wick is telling me that those trapped sellers are the ones who are buying here. Okay, so I'm looking for continuation higher. Let's see whether the auction develops as per my understanding or not. Okay, if you have got any questions, feel free to use the live chat function. But overall, we are developing into the previous day's range. We are developing below the previous day's value. So nice absorption of supply. So it is chopping around this. I'm looking for continuation higher. Let's see. Nope. So it has invited fresh supply. They are again coming. So this trade also did not work out. So new sellers have came in, and now I'm looking for supply to shut off at VWAP. So 297 and at VWAP. Okay, let me see if there are any questions. Nope. So we are just chopping. So B period is going to open. Again, it is moving above. So I'm looking for B period to open here above these 320 level. If it opens above 320 level, this is going to be the support zone. Okay, so you saw the short covering, right? Yeah, this is what I was looking for when the auction was developing here. So the short covering, it has happened, and this is where again I was looking to exit and sellers to be coming in at 357. More supply is coming here. Again 400 is the zone, so 387, this is, so let it continue. This is where again I'm looking for some new sellers. Okay, now as the B period is going to open, we just have 2 minutes left. So this is going to be the support zone. This is where I'm looking for look below and fail and then continue higher towards the 400 level. Yeah, so that's the second trade plan, in terms of the quick scalp. Okay, so supply seen at 357, we are back to 327. So we are back in this range. I'm looking for some responsive buying in this range. 320 is my level. What is the low here? Low is 320.75. Yeah, so I hope how I'm connecting the dots with using just simple data. Okay, so I want 320 level to hold. B period is going to open, and I'm looking for continuation higher towards 400. That's another long trade. If 320 fails, then I'm looking for the price to drop towards VWAP. Yeah, so those are the two trades, which currently I have in my mind. Okay, so with that, ending today's session, do like, share, subscribe, and feel free to comments and let me know your questions. I'll be happy to take it up, and also do join me in the live session. Okay, so with that, ending the session. I'll see you again tomorrow for the expiry session, and yeah, take care. Bye for now.